Hi, good evening, everybody. The purpose of this, let me start over. I want to welcome you guys, team. Thank you for agreeing to meet. I know you guys are going to be in and out during this meeting because due to the testing schedule that we have. But I just wanted to just meet with you guys as the special education team, just just regarding the small group intervention of our students to discuss the BOY, the MOY data, and how we could go forward into showing some growth on the upcoming EOY data. So the objective of this meeting is to go ahead and let's do a deep dive into the data, figure out what we need to do, just as far as making sure everyone has a brief understanding of what the BOY, the MOY, and the EOY, EOY, what the BOY, MOY, and EOY is. So also, I'm going to make sure that I get those instructional reports out to you guys, so that way you guys can know what are the strengths, the weaknesses, and what trends are we seeing in the data. Just also how the iReady data connects to the IEP goals and classroom instruction, and what targeted interventions do we need, what accommodations and modifications that needs to be done, what instructional responsibilities that we feel that needs to be implemented, and just what are the skill gaps and priority areas that we need to focus on to making sure that both reading and math domains do show some type of growth. Okay, so the second item on the agenda is an overview of iReady reports. I'm going to first talk about like a brief explanation of each report, like reading a summary of the beginning of the year BOY student report, middle of the year MOY diagnostic results, and I'm just going to open up discussion with you guys about the what you guys think about the instructional reports, and then in there we're going to address how iReady data connects to the IEP goals and classroom instruction. Okay. And also let's and then I also put in that section, let's talk about student strength and areas of need. We're going to review key academic strengths such as the reading and math domains, review student skill gaps and priority areas. So if you have a certain student that you have in mind, just let me know what you think. And we're going to discuss individual student profiles as needed. What I mean by different student profiles as needed, like what I want to do is to print out the individual instructional reports for each student, so that way you guys can have it. So when we do get to the part in the agenda where we're talking about the small groups and independent practice, we can address it that way. Yeah. It says the BOY beginning of the year assessment, MOY middle of the year, and EOY end of the year are diagnostic and benchmark assessments administered 3 distinct points in the academic year to track student growth, inform instruction, and measure proficiency against grade level standards. The primary difference between them in their purpose and timing is that the beginning of the year, that's the baseline, timing fall August through September. The purpose of this assessment is to establish a baseline of what students know at the start of the school year. It identifies student strengths, weaknesses, and learning gaps. The focus of this is to determine whether to start instruction and identify students needing immediate intervention. Now, the next test what the students take is called the MOY. That stands for the middle of the year. What that's designed for is to track a progress check, student progress. So what that means is that you have timing, which is that's during the winter, that's during the January and February months, and the purpose of this is to measure academic growth from the BOY to the middle of the year. It acts as a progress check to determine if student curriculum is working. Now, the focus of this assessment is to identify areas for additional instruction and adjusting small group instruction or intervention strategy. So that's where that comes into play. Now, the EOI, which is the end of the year, that's the final measure. The timing for that is spring and May. So the purpose of that assessment, now the purpose of the EOY, which is the end of the year, that's the final measure. Timing, the spring, May. The purpose of this is to measure the final growth or the proficiency against the end of the year standards. The focus is to evaluating the students and evaluating students by deciding whether they met proficiency targets, determining promotion and readiness for the next grade, and assessing overall program effectiveness. So, how I-rated data connects to IEP goals and classroom instruction. So what we can do is that we could go in there, print out the individual instructional report, go in there and figure out in the small groups what areas of weakness, what they can do, what they can't do, and then formulate their goals to try to work on that based off our progress monitoring data, classroom assessments, and the observation that we do as far as like in our small groups. Let's say student data review. Let's look at this. So the following students, let's say, for instance, we got, let's go back to the beginning here. So Mayana, she actually did well in, she scored mid 4th grade level in reading. Mm-hmm. So she scored like, in phonics, she surpassed level. That means she striped green in the area of phonics, high frequency words. And she actually scored grade 6 in vocabulary. Good job.
Really?
Grade 6 in vocabulary.
Wow.
And she scored mid 4th grade in literature, that's comprehension.
Yeah.
And informational text, she scored yellow, which is 3rd grade. Nice. So that's 1 grade level below.
Okay.
Another student that I thought that that did well was Aiden in the area of phonics and high frequency words. Trends. So overall trends, we see that everybody did well in. I think we saw overall growth in the area of high frequency words. Okay. So I'm thinking that the that word wall did help a lot, Miss LeGrone. Mm-hmm. That word it did help. Students that did show a lot of growth include Carter, Logan, Unique, Anaya, Aiden, Mayana.
Wow.
Let's see. What areas that I thought that we still need to kind of work on is we still need to keep hammering, obviously, phonics.
Yeah.
We know that informational text, that's going to be an issue since, because if we can't understand the meaning of the word, you're not going to understand what you read. So that's why, to your point, Mr. McGee, vocabulary. Mm-hmm. No, that was, and Miss LeGrone, when you said about we got to figure out how we can get them to understand the meaning of words.
Right. Okay.
Students, what students do you think need additional support? As far as in those areas, and like we know all of. I'm talking about in the area of like that you see in your small group.
Like they're supremely deficient in?
Yes.
Uh,
Cordell. In what area? Okay.
oh,
Okay. All right. So, any questions about item 2? Okay. So we're gonna move on to item 3 on the agenda, which is student data review. I just want to open up the discussion about the beginning of the year versus the middle of the year growth of highlight overall class trends, identify students showing growth, and identify student needs needing additional growth. Now, keep in mind, we don't have to really just, I'm just getting you guys opinion about everything. We don't have to really address everything bit by bit because I know we don't have that much time to meet this morning, but just let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna move from there. Okay. No. So when I mean highlight trends, do you think we should stay on phonics? Like we're doing each basically, or no? What do you think about the different domains? What do you think about different students' growth and where we should go there regarding the different supports that we need?
It's a little bit more advanced than everyone I got.
Okay. As far as what do you see strengths?
Me personally, I just think they just need it all. The blend sounds, all of that.
Phonics,
Phonics and
vocabulary, high frequency.
all of it.
Okay, because according to like Mayana and Aiden, we can turn off that domain for phonics and high frequency words because they surpassed that. The main thing that Aiden still needs vocabulary and that comprehension, literature and comprehension.
When Aiden do stuff, I don't think you need to cut his off.
And then why do you say that? In small groups, what does he?
See, it's reading wise, because he don't even know how to break the words down.
He's still having problems with decoding.
I can hear him. He don't.
Okay.
His point is he got good comprehension, so he can remember, but actually speak it all the time, no.
Okay. What about you? Anybody? Mr. McGee?
well, we got a couple that still don't even know their alphabets.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand alphabets if you don't understand words. If you don't understand the words, you can't understand the meaning of the word. Yeah, so.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like,
we're going to go in there in a few minutes. Let me print out this instructional data report, and then I'll print it out.
Okay. All right, copy that.
I'll see you later.
Okay, I see a little bit. A small group and just work on those particular areas where they're deficient at.
Okay.
And just work with them regardless if they in third or fourth grade. See that they expecting third and fourth grade to do the same. They give them the same stuff anyway, which I don't understand why.
Okay.
You know what I
Repeat what
mean?
you said again.
So basically, if you have students that are not proficient in certain areas, regardless if they're third or fourth,
Yeah.
this happens in the group, and I can just work with them in those areas where they're weak, regardless. Instead of being like fourth group here, third group there, doesn't matter. Whoever is weak in certain things, we just all go over.
Okay.
How would that work if she's got whole group up and then fourth group is just left?
Maybe just do like once a week.
No, see what I see what you're saying, because they have phonics lessons that does cater to intervention for students that are three or more, or 2 or more grade levels below. So with the can-do steps, so the next steps will be to print out the individual instructional summary of each of the kids, and I'll do that now. And that way we can see what each one of the students is what they can do and what the next steps is. And then what I'll do is I'll make y'all a copy so you can see So each kid, and then what we can do is print out, like, we know that majority of them, obviously, for the area of focus is phonics. Phonics. But those students that are higher up, that, like you said, those ones that are, what, one or more grade levels below, one grade level below us, or you get one or more, and they practically, they're in that yellow, and we're trying to get them to that green, then those are ones that we can get them towards, give them that higher up, more. They obviously they're ready for more.
Correct.
So I'll do that now, Miss LeGrand. Do you? The first step. Let me print out all the individual reports now that I can print now. And do you want me to make you a copy of, or you just want to see them?
A copy of each individual.
Do y'all want me to make?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
Need help. Rock.
The word rock. Tap the letters that stand for the sounds in rock.
So tap the letter. Roar.
Should go in there next. The other one. Yeah.
There you go. See, that's all you gotta do. Go ahead, get your. Okay, I'm here. Look at me. You done passed 8 lessons in a row. Okay, sir.
Yo, brother. What's up, man?
What do you know? I'm proud of you. There is life on planet Amir. Good job, sir.
Don't come over here and trip over this cord.
Okay, so now let's get to instructional planning and supports. Review instructional report recommendations. We're going to discuss small group focus skills, targeted interventions, accommodations, and modifications. Yes, modifications. Well, accommodations might mean like a student who got really loud, a student who may have extra time. Modifications may be if a student may need to make some type of changes to the curriculum, whether it's be not give that student so many like problems on the test or a quiz or a certain assignment. Yes, Miss McGee, yeah. What I want to clarify is that you guys, you don't have to worry about any of this. See, the iReady has where it has individualized lessons where I can assign lessons based off the individual needs of the student, whether it's if a student needs additional lessons in a certain domain, then we can do that, and we can work that out when we discuss that during our progress monitoring plan. Independent practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the one group and whole group while you two have our low and the high group. Miss LeGrand, you're going to have the high group students, and Miss McGee, you're going to have the low group students. And I decided that based upon the iReady data, based off this previous diagnostic that we just completed. And so also in your small groups, I'm going to print out iReady lessons that you guys can go over with the students. Yes, they do have teacher prompts, they do have the teacher assignments, and they have the answer keys and everything, and I'm going to have that in the bin for you guys. So each week you won't have to, you can just take it and pull it. Okay, sounds good? Okay.
Small group. Or is that doing too much?
No. So this is what we're talking about today. So according to the data of the MOY, we had go in and we had to look at the diagnostic results for
Each student?
for each student.
So you had that report already?
The report is listed in iReady. iReady basically it runs it and it tells like it shows you like that bar graph where how many students are three
No,
grade.
I'm just talking about individual.
Yeah, so you can go in and you can actually go and look and see what grade level they're in each what you call domain area, so that way that they can you can see their progress. So you can do it. You can print it out. I don't know if it's. I think you can do it individually. I'm not sure, but we can. I can turn it on here so we can look at it if you want. And so, hold on, let me do that now.
What I'm saying is if you could just print each student.
Uh-huh.
So like, for example, all this week, next week, then you want to run a report on Friday, see if they made any progress. Well, they still struggling.
It doesn't do that according to like the window how I already works is already works a diagnostic according to like the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and at the end of the year. They have like 3 points where they have a window where they open to give the teachers and the kids time to grow.
Okay, so what I'm saying is like, they're working on something. Just like you told me, Cam did not do something.
Uh-huh.
He did not pass such. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So then, I'm just saying, can you just print that?
You talking about like he didn't like if he didn't pass like a certain lesson?
And what level was that on?
It'll say like
That's what I'm saying. Can you print that individual?
yeah,
So for example,
yeah.
like, we working in math and we working in reading, right?
Mhm.
So you done gave all your, they give them the assignment and you give them the assignment.
Yeah.
But if they not progressing,
We can go in there and you can go in there and see when you go in iReady, they call it a personalized instructional individual student summary or something like that.
Yeah.
So when you go in there, it'll go and give us a list of all the lessons that each student did attempt, and it'll say like first attempt, second attempt, or it'll say like how he's scored on there and what date and blah blah blah, and it'll tell you and the name of the lesson, so you can see where he's struggling at and the date, the time, and everything. So yeah, it has an individual report. We can do that. I can do that.
is it too much?
It's a lot of paperwork, but it can be done. You know, if you want to do it like each.
I mean, because it seems like everybody's on different levels.
Yeah.
You know, and then it comes to that we don't know individuals exactly what they
Maybe where their strengths and weaknesses are.
yeah, we
See-
don't know. Because if we know some of them just got
But-
sick, but we don't know which.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, according to iReady, when it does give the individualized report, it does give them saying what they can do, like based off of like the recent diagnostic. It'll say, okay, Unique can do these and these skills, and then it'll give you next steps. And in other words, next steps will say what you need to do in small group or what type of instruction they may get in a list of skills. So it does
They
it.
do give it for you for
Yeah,
small group?
yeah.
Oh.
Cause like according, okay, here's the day that I passed out. I'll show it to you in a second. Like it'll say,
So you gave a report.
no, we didn't have to report. We just had to get in so many words. Yes,
Okay, so
yes.
okay.
That.
You went and did something totally different when you asked me to put it on paper so you can put it in the chart.
What you talking about? What chart?
Remember we was doing it and I took everybody's stress goals and goals. So you didn't do nothing with that.
Oh yeah, we did. It did in our PLC. What we had to do was okay. The stretch goal and the diagnostic goal, we had to put like students who met their stretch goal in year 2025. They gave us a list of all the students who did meet their stretch goal. Okay, Ms. McGee.
So they gave you for your classroom.
No, it was just it was school wide.
Oh,
And then you had to go in there and find the students that you had. And if you had a student on that list, you had to compare it to their percentage of stretch growth that was in 2026. So, like, 25 to 26, which is their stretch goal, whether they met it in January. So the MOY was in January. That's the middle of the year. So like they had Unique. I'm just being Unique. She had met her stretch goal in 2025 when they took that the diagnostic, and she scored like 391. And now, when compared to her stretch goal this time, which is what 2026, she scored an 81%. So we had to compare the two. So she did increase. She did grow. I forgot it. It's the sheet of paper.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I was just me personally. Well, whoever I'm working with, I need to know what I need to be working on.
Okay, so let's do this. So what's gonna happen is, let me what I'm gonna do is give to you guys. We're gonna print out everybody's instructional report, basically, so that way you guys can see they can do and their next steps. So that way we will know before. I'm gonna do that now, so that way going forth, I can create. That can help me create the teacher assigned lessons, and then we can better organize our system in their small groups. Because that way we.
You know, the reason why I said it, I don't know how Mr. McGee feels. He knows who's a stretch and who got good
Yeah.
who's not on level. Everybody might not need that. They probably need to go up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and see, and then on top of that, like we got, especially what I want to stress is that we have those students who do like Cordell, you said Naya, Aiden, those students that are killing it, like say in math with our multiplication. Let's not hold them back. Let's start giving them teacher assigned lessons that's focusing on those areas that we hadn't touched, like measurement and data, geometry and all that, and then start in small groups so they can start doing maybe like that 5th grade work or that 4th grade work, or teacher assigned lessons to keep them going, so we won't hold them behind. And then those students like.
So what are you gonna ask?
Okay, so that leads us to action steps and next steps. So, and prior to that, what we discussed is like assigning instructional responsibility. So you guys don't have to print out anything, like I said before. I'm going to take care of all the whole group lesson and question and answering assignments, and I'm going to have everything put out in your bins. If you guys want to do, we can meet in the previous, on Fridays while the kids are doing their progress monitoring assignments, and we can put all of these bins and stuff together, so that way you guys know where each thing is, and planning out how you guys feel while you work in your groups with the students. Yeah. So what we're going to do is set goals for next diagnostic or data check. Okay, so we won't have to really discuss that in detail, so let me just go ahead and touch on that before we get into that. What's going to happen is I need you, Ms. LeGrand, we're going to set up a chart that's going to list all the iReady data as the kids are going to, that's completing the lessons each week, and we're going to let them know how many lessons they completed in MyPath versus the lessons in the teacher assigned lessons, and we're going to have little treats and stuff for them every Friday, just rewarding them at the conclusion of the progress monitor. Let's meet again. Let's say this is February 5th. So let's meet again, I'll say March, prior to us taking the IAR. So that way we can go over the accommodations and modifications again, and what we need to do to get the students ready for the test. Okay? So after that, um, let's. Do you guys have any? Well, the last thing on the agenda is uh, questions and answering. Well, questions, reflection, and closing. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, nothing. Okay. So my final thoughts is that I want to thank you guys for your collaboration, and I just want to just tell you that I I will give you guys print out. I did print out the. So you. Oh yeah, that's right. I did do that. Okay, so you do have the instructional reports. You guys do. I will print out the assigned roles again, responsibilities. Miss LeGrand has agreed that she's going to do the iReady tracker chart for us. Mr. McGee, I had to leave early, but I'm going to make sure that we take care of what he needs to do. Okay. Thank you guys for the meeting. Okay, so just to make sure, what I did for us is that we talked. We went over the overview of the iReady reports. Correct. Okay. Give me. Okay. We do know understand that the what the beginning of year report is. That's the BOY. That's student report. I did print out those instructional diagnostic reports for each student, so that way you guys can look over them in your small groups. That way, also do me a favor. Let's go back to the agenda where okay, additional support. So we did talk about I think it's number 3 on the agenda on the student review. Yeah, student identify students needing additional support. So we did say that Amir. I do have his instructional support here. Recommendations. Now that's Cameron. Thank you. Now here, you take it back. Let me go back. That's Amaya. Aiden. Thank you. Amir Linton. Amir Linton, he's we see where he's going kindergarten in pretty much all domains except literature, which is weird. Yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me move on to the agenda. So I say the key academic strengths for the math and reading domains. We did kind of discuss that early in the agenda. I think is for the area of reading for most of the students. I think that our instruction for BOY into this MOY results was intentional, and it shows, especially in the areas of no. What I mean is, see, when we did those, you remember the teacher assigned lessons, and the My Path. Those are based on like how iReady generates what a student's level is, and they generate those lessons just based off the individual need of each student, and that's how those lessons are assigned. And so that's how each student's strengths, weaknesses are being crafted to help them work on that based on their individual level, and it gives them that additional support in those instructional domains, such as like what we talked about, phenomenal awareness, vocabulary, and the high frequency words. So to review the key academic strengths for math, Yes. Numbers of operations, I think we need to keep, you're right, Ms. LeGrand, we do need to keep that going. Because we do still have students like Amir, Amaya, and Easton and Cameron, who still need that additional support, whether it's additional time using those in small group, or whether we need to pull those lessons from that intervention curriculum, just, and kind of differentiate that way. We can do that. Instructional planning supports, that's next. Small group focus. So yes, let's focus on for math, numbers and operation. Yes, Mr. McGee. What I'm going to do is at the beginning of each week, when I give you guys the lesson review schedule, I'm going to print out, and each student they're going to have those lessons dedicated to their individual needs already set on your table, so you guys won't have to do anything. So we're gonna in the focus of reading, let's continue to focus on phonics, high frequency words, and vocabulary. So let's keep that going. Accommodations and modifications. Yes, you guys. Thank you. Yes, you guys will get that. You guys will get I will print off sort of like an IEP at a glance for you guys, so that way you'll see the different accommodations that the kids will get during testing. We do have IAR coming up, and we will have the EOY will be coming up soon as well. So a lot of students will get extended time, will get rest breaks, and students like Cam and Carter would get, for their visual impairment, they will get enlarged print, and majority of the students in this room do receive read aloud. Yes, so in the small groups, and so in the small groups, just continue to take notes, either academic strength, academic weakness, a social strength, a social weakness, each student at least just once a week, so that way we can properly just progress monitor, and we can see, just track their behavior as well as their academic progress. Yes, independent practice. Sure. I will, homework, they can do that, as well as they can get those lessons from iReady, and then the teacher assigned lessons will be based off the MOY data going forth, so that way we can try to supplement what you guys are doing in small groups and what we're doing in whole groups as a class. Anything else? No? Okay. The iReady lessons, we did talk about that. iReady lessons are my path is based on how they scored now on the MOY going forth, and the teacher assigned lessons will be given based off that data from the MOY to suit each individual needs. Okay, so action steps and next steps, assign instructional responsibilities. My responsibility for you guys is to make sure that I get this to you guys in a timely manner. That means I did stay good to my promise. We're gonna here you go. We're gonna print it out. I'm sorry. Thank you. I did print those out for you guys. So what we're gonna do is you guys are gonna get those. This is the diagnostic results, and it lists the national norm, performance, and Lexile framework for reading measures. It lists their placement by domain. It has the next steps for resources for instruction. It also lists the just basically their grade level at each domain level, huh? Okay. What else? So here's what we're gonna do. Every Friday, let's progress monitor at least once a week. That means no small group, no whole group. We're just gonna kind of just get them into on iReady at least 20 to 30 minutes, and then well, let me take that back. What do you think? Okay, what you say? So what she's saying is, Mr. Gee, is that correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Brown. What you're saying is that you in small groups you want to work on those lessons. Okay. What she's saying is that, those lessons that you see in the intervention curriculum of iReady. What it does is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to assign some teacher assignment level based off how the students scored in each domain, and then from there we can determine which domains we do need to just turn off, and what domains we need to add additional lessons for support. So so on Fridays, let's do 30 minutes iReady, 30 minutes group time, and let's at least do some just reteaching of the lessons in each of those skills, and allow the students to do some individual practice on those teacher assigned lessons or where they need help. So that way we can kind of do our, you guys can get your anecdotal notes in. I can be able to properly assess the students, according to their IEP goals and get those ready. Okay.